Hey everybody, welcome back. This is a comparison video for the 2017-2018 ARC Elite differences. I've seen a lot of discussions going on about is the Elites are just essentially the ARCs from last year or the year before, and back and forth. So we're going to go into every detail and what makes them different, and you can make the decision on if they're the same or not from there. So let's start with the ARCs from 2017 and 2018. So this isn't a prototype, but it's still a 2017 and a 2018. So start number one, metal chassis. That's metal. This is going to be plastic. There's your undercarriage. That's plastic. This one's metal. You can see the differences. Working rear suspension, things like that. Window nets, cloth. This is supposed to be cloth, but being it's a prototype, it's plastic. So that doesn't really count. Wheels, same detail to the wheels. Posable wheels on both. Okay. Now let's go into the hood, because this is where everyone seems to get confused between the ARC from each year. This is the underhood detail. It's the exact same. The exact same. So let's take a look here. So it's a plastic block with some painted details to it, and this one is the exact same. See how they're literally the same engine. So the engines, and these are the Chevy to Chevy, so everything's the same. Engine detail is the exact same in the ARC, no differences. All right, so now let's go ahead, trunk, open, not even open. So we're not even going to go there. It doesn't open, so it doesn't matter. We're going to go look at the inside of the cab detail, and there's not a ton. One of them is posable wheels. The steering wheel will not turn with this, with the wheels. This one it will. It's hard to see here, but got a big old glare on there. I'll try turning my lamp away quick. See, it'll turn it up in the air. Not really helping, unfortunately. There we go. There you can see the wheel moving. So the steering wheel will turn with it. Now let's get that light back on there. So that's a difference, minor, but it's still a difference. But again, the main thing with these, roof flaps, hoods, all that type of stuff, same. Just basically you're missing the trunk, and it's a plastic chassis. So if you're a big fan of the ARC, the way it was, good. That's good to hear. Now let's go to the ARC Elite, because this is where everyone says the 2018 Elites are just like the 2017 Elites. This is where I disagree. I'm on the van that I like these better than the ARCs. The price, that's another thing to be debated. But so we'll go into the hood, because that's the main one. The trunk, basically the same. Roof flaps, basically the same. It's trunk and cab are going to be your two main differences in the 2017 and 2018s. So there's the engine detail in here. And as you can see, this is not a plastic block. These are actual engine pieces. They're still plastic. Now over here, that's a plastic block. So as you can see in here, we've got little holes and stuff for where some wires were on last year's Elite. But the main one you'll notice is when you tip it upside down or tip it on its side. Look at that detail up here. That is not a solid block. That's a bunch of engine components and pieces. Where when you go to the ARC, that's just a plastic block that covers it, because it's all that's under there is a plastic block of a motor. So that is your difference between last year's ARC and this year's, or last year's ARC and this year's Elite, or 2018. So that's where I think a lot of people, it's the hood. Now we're gonna look at the cab. So I probably should have grabbed one without the right side window so we could look in it better and easier. But inside the cab, you'll see. There you go. Actually, get a good view in there. See how clear it can get. It's doing its best. So there's the steering wheel, dash, white pillars, white posts, everything like that. So then we're going to go to this one. Let's try and go in the right side window again. Again, probably should have grabbed one if I could find one without a right side window, like a Chase Elliott one. Black pillars, digital dash is all there and stuff, but mainly it's going to be the black pillars. Right there, you've got the antennas, the roof camera that's colored, and then obviously the trunk and stuff are still there. So the main detail difference between the two is going to be your cabin interior and your motor. Those are your two biggest detail differences. And the reason everyone says, oh, well, it's not like last year's Elite then, because it's, almost the same. Well, this year, here's two Elites side by side. So inside here, we've got the black panels. We have the steering wheel tether, or the radio wire there that goes up to the steering wheel. We also have the tethers and stuff on the roof flaps and hood and trunk and everything. So missing those tethers is kind of annoying, but it is there. But otherwise, cab detail is the exact same as the year before's Elites, just without that radio antenna there. So again, is it more like the ARC or the Elite? I say the Elite. The Elites are very similar. They're just missing one piece. But let's look under the hood and see what we're talking about. So we'll pop the hood open on this one. And we'll pop the hood open on this one. And we'll put them all side by side so that we can look at all three of them. The hoods do not open on these Camaros very far. I'm kind of disappointed that I wish they opened just a tick further. So the engine detail is actually the same in terms of detail. It's just missing the wires. So there's the Elite. Oh boy. So there's the Elite from last year, or 17. You see we have individual plug wires. You can see we've got belts and hoses, not much else, braces and tethers. And they said we're just missing braces, tethers, and hoses. So we go over here. We're missing braces, tethers, and hoses, but other than that, it's the same motor. Everything's about the same. Then you go to here, there's a plastic block. So yes, it is the Elite in every way, minus braces and tethers. And that's exactly what they said it was going to be. So it's not like everyone was lied to or anything. The Elites are still good cars. I just wish they would have left the braces, or not the braces, tethers, and hoses and wires in there. Sure, get rid of braces and tethers, but give the hoses and wires. I'm okay with that too. But that's pretty much your differences between them there. And, you know, honestly, I'm just not a fan of the light, cheap, flimsy cars. I mean, this, you know, I'm probably going to put this on an Elite base because it's, even though it's a prototype, it's so cheap and flimsy. It's just like, you know, it just doesn't feel or, you know, look that great, in my opinion. So, no suspension on the other ones. So, again, the ARCs were definitely a great balance last year, but after they got rid of them, you know, sure, the price point is definitely better. I mean, you're going from what this used to be $69 to $54. You're losing $15 for this, and you have the same detail under the hood, the same detail here. You're only missing detail on the bottom, on the trunk. So your detail difference is bottom, trunk, and cab. And if that's not a big deal to you, and you don't care about the weight of the car or anything, great. You're going to save a lot of money on your diecast this year. For me personally, I like the cab detail. I like every little detail I can get, and that's why I like the Elites. I like the suspension. I like the heavier car. So that is why I choose the Elites. But again, it's anyone's choice, but that's just the differences. So then when everyone's asking why, you know, the 2017 ARC is essentially the new Elite, no, not really. Because again, 17 Elite the cab, better here, motor detail, better here. Would love the hoses and wires. You still get the painted roof camera and the antennas and the trunk. You lose the trunk on the 18 Elite or on the 18 ARC. 17, you still have the trunk, and it's pretty much the same. So, yeah, these are definitely close, but these are closer. So, yes, they're close. These are closer, so this is not equal to this, in my opinion. If that's your opinion and you don't care about the cab detail and engine detail, you know what? Great, that's fine. And, you know, you get to have the ARC, and it's no problem. So, anyway, just wanted to put that one out there so that everyone could kind of see the details and differences side by side. As I said, it's definitely a big deal when you look at, like, the undercarriage here with hoses and wires and stuff up here. And then you go to this one here, no hose and wires, but it's still the same front. And then you go here, and it's a plastic block. And that's why I know the differences. I have them on glass shelves. I can look underneath and see the base. So anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And we'll see you all in the next Diecast review.